It's the 10-Minute Healthcare Marketing Podcast with Tyson Downs. In every episode, we give you powerful, actionable tips to help you grow your business. We'll give you real-life techniques, methods, and strategies that flat out work. The same stuff we use in our business every day to help our clients dominate their local search results and get more patients. We freely give this to you so we can help you on your mission to grow your practice. Our goal? To help you achieve greatness.
Welcome back. This is the 10-Minute Healthcare Marketing Podcast, and I'm your host, Tyson Downs. This is episode 5. If this is your first time listening, thank you. We appreciate you joining us. This show is a production of Titan Web Agency, and we produce this show for you, so be sure to subscribe. You can find our show notes and ask us any marketing-related questions at healthcaremarketingpodcast.com. Come back often, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at Titan Web Agency. Now let's get to work. Like every episode, we'll start this one with our daily dose of motivation. And this is a short but powerful quote. 3 words. Be here now. Love that one. How many times do we just go about our life trying to reach a goal, trying to accomplish a task, having that in our mind, in our vision, which is important. But because of that, we're not here. We're not living in the moment. We're not enjoying those little things in life. Just for example, I've been working on this big proposal for a client for a few days, and it's pretty significant, and I was really focused on getting that narrowed down perfectly so that I could get, win the proposal, provide a better life for my family, make my business succeed. And my daughter, she'll be 18 months in 1 month, so she's 17 months right now. She comes and knocks on the door. Dad. And I'm in the middle of my proposal. And then, I just keep doing it because I know mom's out there watching her. And a minute later, I hear the screen door go open and see her start walking outside. And she just wanted somebody to play with. She wanted somebody to take her on a walk. And so that's when I had to do a quick, priority check. What are my priorities and what's the most important thing? And so I took a couple minutes and spent some time with her and took her on that walk that she wanted. But, it's about being here now, being in the moment, and enjoying life and taking advantage of everything that you can now. Okay, so let's get into the details of this week's episode. We're going to talk about getting started with social media. Social media can be very, very powerful if used right. But if you just have a spray and pray approach with social media, then you're going to have a challenge. You're going to be extremely frustrated with it. So we'll talk a little bit about what we need to do with some social media platforms and how to set them up. We're first going to talk about Facebook. Facebook is, of course, the most popular social platform out there, and it's usually the one I recommend for the doctors that I work with to get started on, just because so many people are on it, and usually your target audience is on it. So when you create a Facebook page, you just log into your Facebook account, which is obviously at facebook.com. And then if you look at the top blue bar at the top, there's a little triangle on the right-hand side. If you click on that, then there'll be a spot to create page. And when you create this page, it will allow you to have your business page associated with your personal page, which is how you want it done. So click on that little arrow and make sure you set up a local business or place page. That's pretty important. After that, it's pretty straightforward on how to set it up. Just make sure that you use the same, what we call NAP. We mentioned it last week on the show, the name, address, phone number. Very important. Make sure you use the same information that is on your website and that is accurate that you're using everywhere else. This can be a really powerful citation or business listing that you have. So if you don't have a Facebook page, then I recommend getting one. It sends a good signal to the search engines, and it's going to help you rank a little bit higher. But one of the things with Facebook is you can really show off the personality of your practice. You can really show off your uniqueness, and you can really communicate with your patients and potential patients. So don't hesitate to take some really neat and goofy photos of your staff. Maybe Halloween pictures are always good. People like those. Showing your staff, their family, any parties that you have in there, and see if you can have some pictures taken with patients as well, and tag them in the pictures, and they'll show up in their feeds. Of course, ask them if that's okay to do, and if they say yes, then definitely do it. You'll also want to create a professional background cover image, and with this professional cover image, what you want to consider is that you're going to be creating these cover images for other networks as well. Twitter, which is a different size. You'll be creating it for Google Plus, which is another different size. But you're going to want to keep the same consistent look and feel across all the platforms. This About page can be really powerful because you're given a large area where you can put quite a bit of information about your business. You don't want to just copy and paste from your website. That could potentially have a negative effect on search rankings. You want to create something unique and put unique about information in there. And then to get more likes, there's a few different ways to get more likes. You can invite people that are your friends. You can invite people that are in your address book. You can have your staff like the page and then share it with their friends. You can create an ad. Usually what I recommend before you start liking the page, or before you start promoting the page, you get some status updates on there. Because nobody's going to want to go to your page and like it if it doesn't have anything on there. They're going to want to see some updates, some information. So make sure that you put some status updates, make some posts, and then start promoting a little bit. Okay, number 2, we are going to look at Twitter. And with Twitter is a little bit different. If you're completely unfamiliar with Twitter, you can publish updates that are up to 140 characters long, so short and to the point. And you can use what we call hashtags. You can use hashtags on Facebook, but they're very popular on Twitter. You can use hashtags, which make something searchable. So if somebody wanted to search on Twitter for, just say, teeth, and you did a hashtag teeth in your post, then everything that's related to that would show up. So with Twitter, you set up your profile in a similar way, but it's not associated with a personal account. Your business account is completely separate. And so you're going to want to use a different email address for that. And usually a generic Gmail or something like that would work completely fine. Something that you wouldn't mind giving somebody else access to. And you can create this custom background, custom header, and make sure that you just have a consistent look and feel as your Facebook page and your Google Plus page. When you want to talk to somebody on Twitter, you can put an @ symbol in front of their name. So if you wanted to talk to me, you could say, "Hey, @ symbol, Titan Web Agency, how you doing?" Then I would get that and be able to reply. And I would see that you mentioned me and I would get an alert. So it's pretty neat. Of course, there's a lot more involved, but that gets you started. Next one we're going to talk about here is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, if you're not familiar with it, is more of a professional network. And most people that are on LinkedIn are more business oriented, but it's a really good way for you to get on there and build another high profile, high authority citation and, just interact, engage, become a thought leader, network. Most of your patients probably aren't huge LinkedIn users, but it's still a good opportunity for you to use it to, further your exposure, and it can help potentially with SEO by having that good authority citation on your profile. So we'll talk about Google Plus in a future post. After you set these up, I recommend really focusing on one or two of the networks at a time. Usually Facebook, the best one to start with. Start using that and engaging and interacting with your patients and your followers on Facebook, and move on maybe to Twitter once you have a little bit of a handle on that. I mentioned in the last post, and this will be in the show notes, you can manage your updates and post to multiple social networks at once using a platform such as Buffer or Hootsuite. It makes things a little bit easier. You can monitor that way as well. So consider that. Make it so you don't have to go to each different platform and log in each time. There you have it. Takeaways from today. 1, set up your Facebook account, set up your Twitter account, set up your LinkedIn business page. All those are your business profiles. Make sure your name, address, phone number are completely consistent, and make sure that you create a professional cover that is consistent look and feel across all the different networks. So there you have it. That is episode 5. We're done with it. It's in the books. If you enjoyed this podcast, then subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes. And let's connect with each other. You can find us at Titan Web Agency on Twitter and at facebook.com/Titan Web Agency. Remember, be positive, be happy, and be proactive. Your business, like life, is what you make of it.
Thank you for joining us on the 10-Minute Healthcare Marketing Podcast. Join us at healthcaremarketingpodcast.com for recaps, show notes, and more resources to help grow your practice, dominate your local market, and achieve greatness.